Anna had always been excited to start her new job as a waitress at the fancy restaurant. She had dreamed of working there for years, and finally, the day had come. She arrived early to prepare for the evening shift, but something felt off. The atmosphere was eerie, and the silence was deafening. She thought it was just her nerves, so she brushed it off and continued with her work. As the night progressed, Anna started to hear strange noises coming from the kitchen. It sounded like knives clashing against each other, but when she checked, there was no one there. She tried to ignore it and focus on taking orders, but the feeling of being watched became too overwhelming. Anna went to the bathroom to calm herself down, but as she looked in the mirror, she saw a figure in a chef's hat standing behind her. She turned around, but there was no one there. She was convinced that she was losing her mind. As the night went on, the restaurant became more crowded, and Anna's stress levels rose. She couldn't shake off the feeling that someone was following her every move. She tried to be professional and polite to the customers, but her paranoia got the best of her. Suddenly, a plate of food flew off the counter and hit the ground, shattering into pieces. Anna was terrified and ran to the kitchen, but no one was there. She heard whispers and footsteps, but no one was in sight. Anna was ready to quit her job, but she needed the money. She decided to tough it out and finish her shift. However, things only got worse. The lights started flickering, and the temperature dropped drastically. The customers started to complain about the cold, but Anna knew it was something else. The final straw was when Anna saw a man in a chef's hat standing in the corner of the dining room. His face was pale and lifeless, and he was staring at her. Anna screamed, and the man vanished into thin air. Anna never went back to work at that restaurant again. She later found out that the restaurant was built on top of an old cemetery. The chef who had died there years ago still haunted the establishment, and Anna was just one of his many victims. Anna was so shaken up by her experience at the restaurant that she couldn't sleep that night. She had moved to the city to start her new job, and she was renting a small apartment. She was all alone, and the events of the night kept playing in her mind. Anna tried to distract herself by watching TV, but every time she closed her eyes, she saw the ghostly figure of the chef. The more she tried to ignore it, the more intense the feeling of being watched became. Anna was about to give up and leave the apartment when she heard a strange noise coming from the closet. It sounded like someone was shuffling around inside. Anna was petrified. She knew she was alone in the apartment, so the noise couldn't be explained. Anna slowly approached the closet, her heart beating out of her chest. She opened the door, and to her horror, she saw the same chef's hat that the ghost had been wearing earlier that night. It was sitting on the top shelf of the closet, as if it had been placed there intentionally. Anna screamed and ran out of the apartment, not looking back. She couldn't handle the thought of being alone in that apartment with the ghostly presence of the chef. From that day on, Anna never felt safe in the city. She moved back to her hometown, where she felt more comfortable. She still worked as a waitress, but she made sure to ask about the history of the restaurants she worked.
So that's it. Do hit the like button and notification bell. Subscribe to Cryptic's Fables for more horrifying event. Beware, entities are around you.